before Christmas carols, before nativity scenes, before stars crowned rooftops and angels filled the skies, there was silence. A silence so deep that even Scripture speaks only in fragments. The birth of Jesus Christ, the most world-changing event in human history, is described in the Bible with astonishing restraint. No dramatic labor scene, no witnesses to the exact moment, no description of the place beyond a manger, just a sentence, just a child, just God becoming flesh. But human hearts have always struggled with silence, and for centuries believers asked the same question: what really happened that night? Today we explore the ancient stories, traditions, and legends that grew in the shadows of Scripture, the stories that tried to give voice to the mystery of the night heaven touched earth. The Bible gives us only two birth narratives, the Gospel of Matthew and the Gospel of Luke. Luke tells us of Mary and Joseph traveling to Bethlehem, of a census, of a manger, of angels appearing to shepherds. Matthew tells us of a star, of wise men from the east, of a paranoid king named Herod, and of a family forced into exile. But Scripture never tells us where Mary labored, who was present, how long the birth took, or what the moment felt like. This is not an accident. The Gospels are not biographies, they are testimonies. Their purpose is not to satisfy curiosity, but to reveal identity. Jesus is not introduced with drama. He is introduced with humility, and that humility left room for mystery. Long before Christmas cards showed wooden stables, early Christians spoke of a cave. In the 2nd century, Justin Martyr wrote that Jesus was born not in a house, but in a cave outside Bethlehem. Origen later confirmed that locals pointed to a cave as the true birthplace of Christ. And one of the earliest Christian writings, the Proto-Evangelium of James, describes Joseph leading Mary into a dark cave as labor begins. Then something extraordinary happens. A supernatural cloud fills the space. Time seems to pause, and suddenly a blinding light bursts forth. When the light fades, the child is already born. No human eyes witness the moment. Why would this story emerge? Because early Christians believed the incarnation was too holy, too divine, to be observed like an ordinary birth. God entered the world unseen, just as quietly as he would later leave the tomb. Joseph is one of the most overlooked figures in the Christmas story. He speaks no recorded words. He performs no miracles. Yet he carries one of the heaviest burdens in Scripture. In apocryphal tradition, Joseph is portrayed as older, fully aware that the child Mary carries does not belong to him. As Mary goes into labor, fear overwhelms him. He leaves the cave, not out of abandonment, but out of helplessness. This detail matters. Joseph represents humanity at the edge of the divine, present, obedient but unable to control what God is doing. Sometimes faith means standing guard outside a mystery you cannot enter. According to ancient tradition, Joseph finds a midwife and brings her back to the cave. She enters and freezes. A radiant cloud surrounds Mary. The air itself feels alive. Moments later, the child appears in Mary's arms, without pain, without struggle. The midwife is shaken. She runs to tell another woman named Salome. A virgin has given birth. Salome scoffs. I will not believe unless I see. She enters the cave. She reaches out to test the truth, and instantly her hand is struck, burned, paralyzed, powerless. In terror, she cries out to God. A voice answers, "Touch the child." She touches Jesus and her hand is healed. This story was never meant to be scientific, it was meant to be theological. It speaks of a truth early Christians fiercely protected, that Christ's birth was not ordinary and doubt carries consequences when it confronts holiness. Soon after the birth, danger arrives. Herod hears whispers of a rival king. Fear turns to violence. The family flees into the unknown. In Scripture, the flight to Egypt is brief. In tradition, it is filled with wonder. Legends describe a long, exhausting journey through desert and wilderness. Mary grows weak. The child cries. The heat is relentless. They stop beneath a tall palm tree. Mary looks at the fruit and whispers, "If only." The child speaks. The tree bends. The fruit falls. Water springs from the ground. Creation recognizes its creator, even when humanity does not. Some stories go further. They say wild beasts emerged from caves, dragons, serpents, monsters of the ancient world. Instead of attacking, they bowed. The message was clear. Even the chaos of creation recognized the presence of God. Other traditions say Egyptian idols collapsed the moment Jesus entered certain cities. Stone gods fell face down. Temples echoed with silence. This imagery echoed ancient scripture. False gods cannot stand when the true God draws near. So why are these stories not in the Bible? Because Scripture is selective by design. The early church preserved only what was apostolic, consistent, necessary for salvation. The apocryphal stories were never meant to replace Scripture. They were expressions of wonder, meditations on mystery, monad, attempts to articulate what words could not fully express. They belong to tradition, not doctrine, and knowing the difference matters. The most powerful thing about Jesus' birth is not what we know, but what we don't. God chose to arrive quietly. No armies, no thunder, no announcement to kings. Just a child, a mother, a manger. Silence was the language of heaven that night. The hidden stories remind us of one truth. The birth of Jesus was not meant to impress us. It was meant to transform us. Whether in scripture or legend, every story points to the same reality. God came near. Not loudly, not violently, but lovingly. And the mystery remains open, not to be solved, but to be entered.